Want to hear how my third week on the Body Boss Method workout program has gone? Stay tuned. And to begin, I want to talk about the exercises, which are the heart of this program. And so this week, I have really enjoyed a lot of the new exercises that have been introduced in the program, including the alternate side lunges, which I really enjoyed doing, and I did sets of 40, as well as sets of 25 of each of the following: the half burpees, the side lunges, glute bridges, and the side shuffles. With the side shuffles and the glute bridges being my favorites for this week, I thought they were really, I don't want to say easy, but easy on my knees and my joints, and I really enjoyed doing them. And the burpees and the side lunges were pretty simple too. And just like the Russian half twist last week, I really enjoyed these. These are something that once I can look ahead, knowing what I have for the week in terms of my working out, I really look forward to doing them. Now, the one exercise I wasn't as keen on this week were the bench hops, and I again did sets of 25 of those. They just necessarily weren't my favorite. I'm not the biggest fan of exercises that involve chairs or bringing in stationary objects to work with. I kind of prefer, you know, my yoga and Pilates bands or straps or things like that. And I know that the two are not obviously synonymous, but I don't know, there's just something about working with a chair that I'm just not the biggest fan of. And so that wasn't necessarily a high point of the week, but they still were something that I need to be doing, and I'm glad that they've been introduced and give me something, different to do each day in terms of how I am losing weight with the method and toning up my body, which is more important. Again, this week I'm trying not to focus on using a scale and instead measuring myself with seamstress tape and charting what I'm eating each day. And so this week, I am happy to say I lost 2 pounds, and off of my calves, thighs, and biceps, a 1/4 inch of, of fat. I guess that's the best way to say it. And so I can see results. I am toning down and, not as great as last week, but still progress, and I'm very proud of that. Also, something that I'm continuing doing is, of course, my meal planning. Now, this week I didn't stick solely to the whole food plant-based diet because I had a vegan Caesar salad, and I, last week had a cupcake with my family for my birthday. And so there was a few things that I did, and I'm not going to say that I regret them because I enjoyed them at the time. I'm glad I was able to do them. And because I did that for 2 days, I went ahead and walked on my treadmill for an extra 30 minutes each day. And so while it probably didn't offset those calories, it's something, and it made me happy, and I'm glad about that, because happiness should be just as much a part of learning how to revamp your health and your fitness as anything else, because if your disposition isn't great, your body's probably not going to be in the best shape either. In addition to that, this week, I have been loving the Dr. Greger's Daily Dozen app that I can kind of go in and input, the fruits and the vegetables that I'm eating. And so that's something else I've done. I'll put the link for that in the description bar below. I believe it is available on both Android and iOS, although I am not sure if it's on a desktop or not, but you'll have to check that out. I'm also utilizing the Body Boss Method community via Facebook, and on Tuesday and Thursdays in the Body Boss community, just for their general Facebook page, they are putting up videos and little freebies here and there that you can add into your own meal planning at home, which has been really nice. I also, in addition to my meal planning, have been kind of experimenting with my smoothies, and in particular trying to add in more anti-inflammatories into my smoothies, including a little bit of dark cherry juice, fresh ginger, and I even found well, it's not local because you have to drive to get there, but in my area, I now have a way that I can, through a naturopath, to get my Vitex, which is chaseberry supplements, and B12, which is essential as a vegan because when you're not eating meat, sometimes you don't have that vitamin source available for you, especially in the winter months. That's very important for me, especially as a woman. And so I am glad that I'm also putting that into my diet now, in addition to the anti-inflammatories. So that is something great this week. And I am also proud to say that I am officially up to a gallon of water consumed a day. That's something in the past that I've really struggled with, and I attribute that a lot to bullet journaling because I'm now making a consistent effort to make sure that I am charting my water consumption. And so I do feel better. I feel more energized. And next week, I am going to be including in part of that gallon hot lemon water or with organic lemon in the mornings, so I can see if that will help kind of flush the system, if you will, first thing in the morning. I'm also drinking more herbal teas and trying to be cutting back on my caffeine consumption after 12 o'clock, and that way I can do, which is my other goal that I met this week, sleeping 8 hours a night. I am so psyched about doing that. My health is so much better. And I'm so glad that I've been able to do that because I'm not sure if anybody else feels this way, but I would say since Christmas, I have just been the coldest I have ever been in my life. And I'm not talking about it's cold inside or versus outside, just, just my feet haven't been warm and I have felt achy and just kind of, just not quite 100%. And I think a lot of that is from detoxing my food and some other things going on in terms of my health. And so I'm really trying to nurture myself and create a self-care plan and to really work on how I'm treating my body. And so in addition to the Body Boss method, I'm also adding in those other steps, obviously, but I kind of feel like they all go together. And so I'm really excited about that. So again, this week I've been really loving the alternate side lunges, the half burpees, the side lunges, the glute bridges, and the side shuffles. Not as big a fan on the bench hops. Still really loving the Russian half twist. I'm continuing the meal planning and the meal prep. I did falter a little bit in terms of the the consumption of cupcakes, but I'm going to say that was my birthday and I enjoyed them, and so I'm glad I did that. I'm also using the Dr. Greger's app, utilizing the Body Boss method online on Facebook. And I'm glad to report that next week we are actually having a few days that are in the upper 40s and lower 50s. And so I'm hoping to be able to take my yoga mat outside and to do some of these exercises on my patio and in the backyard after I walk my dogs in the morning. And I'm hoping that, a little bit of brisk air will actually be good for my lungs and just kind of get out in nature a little bit, even if it's, the cultivated nature of my backyard and patio. But still, it's a little bit of steps, and then hopefully as it's warming up in the next month, I can get back to our local reservoir and lake and local high school and start going on the track and some other things. So I'm really excited that the closer I get to spring, I'm thinking, with the actual Body Boss method, not being just the pre-training, but the actual program, I'll be able to get out in nature and really, really utilize it to its fullest. I'm excited about that. And I also wanted to answer a question that someone had left last week, and that is, why I chose the Body Boss method. And the reason was that Roxanne from A Guy's Life, who I will leave her link again in the description below, she's on the same program as I, and she actually introduced the program to me in one of our Facebook groups that she and I are both members of, and I thought this is a great group. I value their opinions, and it looked like a program that I could easily do at home. The Body Boss method was affordable. Since I'm in a no-spend year, it was easily accessible to me in terms of an online community and resources. It incorporated nutrition and meal planning, which is something I believe in as someone who is debt-free and as a vegan. And the part that I love the most is you can actually get PDF files or the physical, tangible in-hand book, or both. And so you can kind of mix whatever package that you wanted. And so I really liked that. I also liked that you didn't have to have a gym membership or any special accoutrement in order to do the program. And so for me, that was a great benefit, because I live in a very, very small town. And if I want to go to a yoga or a Pilates studio, I actually have to drive an hour and a half each way to do that. And so being able to do a lot at home really helps me. And so I hope in the next 2 weeks, when I start the actual Body Boss method, that this progress continues. I have now lost on the program 5 pounds and 2.5 inches on various parts of my body, measuring with seamstress tape. I've increased my water consumption. My energy levels have gone up. This program has encouraged me to utilize anti-inflammatories such as ginger and dark cherry juice. It's also encouraged me to analyze, you know, what vitamins and minerals I need to be taking and alter that. And that's why, the need for the Vitex with my PCOS, as well as the B12 supplement, just to kind of keep all my levels going while working out. And something else that I like are that there's so many people doing this program that there's just a lot of resources and a lot of reviews and a lot of people that are really open with engaging you in that community. And so that's something that I really like. I also like the fact that it is a 16-week program. In total, you have 12 weeks of working out, then a recommended 4 weeks rest, and then you can continue the program. You can just kind of keep going. And also, this program is great in that you can continue with other facets of working out, such as yoga or Pilates. You can incorporate any kind of, rehab exercise or whatever it is that you may particularly need in your current season of life into it. And so for me, I think it's great. And one of the biggest reasons for me being on this system is that 3 days a week for 30 minutes each session, I can get into better tailored health in the privacy of my own home. And so for me, that was a great reason to get into the program. And I, again, am grateful for Roxanne for mentioning that. And again, I will put all the links to the things that I've mentioned in this video in the description below. And so now I want to ask you guys, how have you been working on your health this week? Have you focused on yoga or Pilates or meal planning? Have you just made an effort to get out and walk a few minutes every day? Is it something that you're planning to do? Are you journaling or bullet journaling about it? Whatever it is that you're doing, I would love to hear about it. I'm always up for some inspiration. I love hearing your thoughts and opinions, and I make an effort to answer everyone's question and comments on this channel, and I'm really hoping to build it into a community. So again, I'm really grateful for you watching this, and I hope that you may have taken away something positive. And I would love it if you would subscribe to the channel if the video, of course, resonates with you. Turn on those notifications so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. And also, again, leave me a comment and let me know how your week went, and including your nutritional journey. And as always, friends, please be kind to yourself and to others, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching.